Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here. Xur has arrived on Nessus in Watcher's Grave. Today is December 10th. He is going to be here for the weekend, so let's see what he's got for sale. All right, so your weapon this week is going to be Wardcliff Coil. If you don't have this rocket launcher, buy it. It's got too many uses. You definitely need to own this thing for trials, for ad clearing, for whatever reason. Buy this rocket launcher if you don't own it. It's a must-own. All right, for the hunters, we've got the Orpheus rigs. This is going to be for your Void subclass. Provides ability energy for each enemy tethered by deadfall anchors. Mobius Quiver has more shots. Basically, if you can tether enough enemies, you'll get about 50% of your super energy back. It is capped at 50%, but still, that is kind of the purpose behind this one, is getting more of your super energy back. You have 17 in mobility, you've got 14 in intellect. As this is based around like you don't getting benefits in your super, those are not bad. If the resilience stat of 12 was in the recovery slot, I would say this is like an absolute must buy. Still not bad with high mobility for a hunter, high intellect for a super based exotic. Those aren't bad. And if your recovery is getting somewhere in another slot, a little resilience is okay. Overall, 63. This is an exotic you should own for sure because tethers and that Void subclass is about to get Void 3.0, so we don't know what's going to happen to the exotics either. So if you're a hunter, and for one, if you don't have it, you have to own a pair of these, so make sure you buy them. Two, the stats are not bad with high mobility and intellect. Recovery would be the other optimal one to see, but you got to have some resilience, so if you got recovery taken care of in other slots, maybe this is okay. So overall, pretty solid exotic for the hunters. All right, Titans, if you want to make people angry in PvP, this is the way you do it. Citan's Ramparts, Assault Barricade is your perk. You and your allies can shoot through your towering barricade, which does have less health and duration. But you can shoot through a barricade, means you can get out of cover, shoot through a barricade, not take damage, and do damage to your enemies. And in PvP, this thing works. And on top of that, the stat roll on this is like fantastic. High strength, good for melees. We do tend to like to punch. 16 in intellect, 15 in recovery, great for PvP, and the resilience of 14, which is the Titan stat, which you do need to help your barricade get back more frequently. So Titans, I don't know if you're going to find a better stat roll than this thing for Citan's Ramparts. Buy this thing if you don't have it, and if you do have it, check your stats. This still may be better. For the Warlock, we've got the Skull of Dire Ahamkara. Perk is Actual Grandeur, provides additional damage resistance while Nova Bomb, basically while you're casting in the air, you're harder to kill. And the Nova Bomb kills grant super energy. You kill enough things with your Nova Bomb, you're going to get about 50% of your energy max back, which is the cap. For stats, we've got a 61 total, which is okay. Intellect, good to see that at 14. Recovery is double digits. Resilience at 15 for Warlock, not really beneficial there. That one being that high means other stats are falling down. So while it's okay to see decent resilience or decent recovery and intellect, the resilience being high is kind of a wasted stat for Warlocks. So it's an okay stat roll, not the best. Definitely the worst stat roll of the three we've had here so far. All right, for the weapons, we've got the Escape Velocity with Grave Robber, Elemental Capacitor, nothing too exciting there. Normally, I wouldn't talk about a hand cannon like this because I'm not a huge fan of 180s, but when it comes to having a weapon for overload champions, specifically for like clearing lost sectors and such, time payload or explosive payload is a very good way to clear, to stun overload champions, especially on like Master, because the regular shot and then the timed payload or explosive payload, which comes on some hand cannons, is a good way to stun them faster. Nice thing about 180s is the fact that you've got a lot more bullets in the clip to be able to manage that overload champion in a consistently like stunnable fashion. So if you don't have a good weapon for overload champions, buy this, throw it in your vault, and when hand cannons are overload, you'll thank me later. Nature of the Beast, not a bad hand cannon. You've got quick draw and rangefinder, but you've got steady rounds, crossfire. It's fine. It's a very stable hand cannon for a 180, but overall, not really do anything exciting for me. Distant Tumulus, you've got opening shot, which isn't bad. You could do small bore for a little bit more range, but it's a 140 sniper rifle. Sniper rifles aren't doing too much for me right now. If you're using them in PvP, cool. Pulse monitor, I guess, could be okay if you get tagged and not killed with a body shot, maybe. But overall, this isn't great. This perk is always weird. Outlaw, I'm never probably going to use a sniper rifle to kill a bunch of low-level ads where I'm going to get a precision kill and then reload quickly because of it. Snipers are typically going to be for bigger enemies, most likely, so I don't see Outlaw getting much benefit, and definitely not Threat Detector. You want to be far away, not close, as a sniper. All right, for Fallen Guillotine, it's halfway there, because Whirlwind Blade is a very good perk for this, and as this is the spinning sword, where you do the whirlwind spin, Whirlwind Blade is actually beneficial. And overall, Tireless Blade, if you're going to do that spin, getting some ammo back from that is not a bad thing if you have a group. Most of the time people use this on a boss though, so it's only okay. It's not the worst thing, but there's better. Bite of the Fox is kind of a cool sniper rifle, and it is actually weird to see Xur sell an Iron Banner weapon. But overall, just the perks here, you got threat detector, close proximity on a sniper, not exactly optimal just with that alone. Explosive payload, fine, but again, not thinking it's doing a whole lot. This one, probably could skip it. For your armor, the Titans really only have one that's worth looking at, but it is a good one. You've got mobility, resilience, some recovery. I'd like to see the recovery a little higher. Maybe you make up for that with mod, but 15 in discipline, 15 intellect. Not a bad setup for a Titan if you need something like this. And this is the full dead orbit set for a Titan. So if you're looking to own this armor for like transmog's sake, this is how you're going to get it. But Titan gauntlets, not bad. All right, for the Warlock, the gauntlets are not good for a Warlock, but everything else, this chest armor is like amazing. I mean, the only thing you could ask for is basically just a higher stat roll in general, like 67 or something, but this distribution of 63 is really excellent for a Warlock. Then you've got a helmet, pretty similar, actually, even higher in the middle 3, which is really good for a Warlock. Legs are okay, but even a 63 stat total with decent recovery, discipline, intellect, strength, some resilience, so you're not totally squishy. Overall, like helmet and especially this chest armor for the Warlocks, these are almost like must-buy pieces. All right, Hunters, most of your stuff is garbage. If you're looking for any of the dead orbit pieces, this might be a way to get that one, but you have a decent pair of boots. It's only 60, but high mobility, high recovery, high intellect, some discipline, and some strength. Like, nothing wasted on resilience, everything pretty solid elsewhere. If you don't have a decent pair of boots for stats, this is a good place to start. It is only 60, but that distribution, about all you could ask for. And that really does wrap it up. Nothing too amazing here in the weapons category. This one, I would say, is a good overload champion weapon you should probably own. As for the exotics, Hunters and Titans, you did solid on the exotics. Warlocks, I think you guys definitely won the armor category. But that is Xur for this week. He will be here for the weekend. And then the Dawning starts next week. Also, we recorded The Last Word late last night on my YouTube channel, so you can check that one out or check out the audio as well. If you guys did enjoy the video, please drop a like below, leave a comment if there's any legendary weapon you guys think I should be discussing and maybe, you know, didn't talk too highly about. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, it is Ebontis. For streaming, it's twitch.tv/Ebontis or right here on YouTube. If you hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell, that'll help my videos make it to you or let you know when I'm going to stream here. And then if you guys want to support me directly, you can join the channel after you subscribe, or you can find my Patreon in the link below. Thank you all very much. I'll see you soon.